You did everything right. You worked hard, you saved for decades, then you looked at the map and made a smart move. You picked a state with no income tax, and you thought, that's it, that's the win. And it feels like a win. The headline is simple: zero state income tax. More of your money stays in your pocket, right? But here's what almost nobody checks. The money still leaves, quietly, about $8,000 a year. And it never shows up on a form that says income tax, so you never see it go. Let me show you what I mean. Meet Howard. He's 66. He spent his whole career in Ohio. Last year, he and his wife moved south to a state with no income tax. They were proud of that choice. But 12 months later, their money felt tighter, not looser. The property tax bill was huge, the insurance bill nearly doubled, and nobody had warned them. Here's the thing. Howard didn't make a foolish mistake. He made the same mistake most retirees make. He judged a whole state by one single number. So here's my promise to you today. By the end of this video, you'll know the 5 states quietly draining retirees in 2026, and you'll know exactly where smart retirees go instead, the places where they keep that $8,000 every year. And the part almost everyone misses: the 5 worst states for 2026 are not the ones you'd expect. They're hiding in plain sight. Quick note, I'm not a financial advisor or a government employee. Everything here is for educational purposes only. For your specific situation, always check with a qualified professional. So if it's not the income tax draining you, then what is it? Let me show you the trap. The no tax trap. Here's the myth. No income tax means low taxes. It sounds true, it feels true, but here's the truth. A state doesn't just decide to collect less money, it collects it in a different way. If they're not taxing your income, they're taxing something else, and that something else can cost you more. Let me give you 3 quick examples. Take Texas, no income tax. People love it for that, but a retiree with a $500,000 home pays around $8,000 a year in property tax. Every single year. The whole savings is gone, and then some. Now look at New Hampshire. No income tax and no sales tax either. Sounds perfect, but the property tax is one of the highest in the country. That same $500,000 home, about $7,500 a year. The state still gets paid, just through your house. Then there's Tennessee. No income tax again, but it has the second highest sales tax in America, nearly 10 cents on every dollar you spend. And here's the part that stings. Tennessee taxes your groceries, so every trip to the store, you're paying the state, bit by bit, all year long. See the pattern? The no tax sign on the front door is real, but the bill comes in through the back, and smart retirees have learned to check the whole house, not just the front door. But here's where it gets interesting. These trap states aren't even the worst. The 5 truly worst states for retirees in 2026 hide in plain sight, and your state, or the one you're dreaming about, might be on the list.
The 5 worst states for 2026. Let's count them down, from number 5 to number 1. The worst states all do the same thing. They drain you 3 ways at once. They tax your retirement income, they charge sky-high property taxes, and then they tax what you leave to your kids. Number 5, Connecticut. Beautiful state, but the property tax is among the highest in the nation. On a $500,000 home, that's around $900 a month. It taxes some Social Security, it taxes pensions, and it has an estate tax waiting at the end. The cost of living is steep too. Number 4, Minnesota. Great healthcare, no question, but it's one of just 8 states that still tax your Social Security in 2026. It taxes your pension, it taxes your retirement withdrawals, and its estate tax starts at just $3 million, low enough to catch ordinary families. A retired couple can owe thousands in state tax alone. Number 3, Vermont. Peaceful and pretty, but it taxes most of your retirement income. It taxes Social Security unless your income is quite low, and when you pass on, it charges a flat 16% estate tax. Add high property taxes on top, and it's a steady drain year after year. Number 2, Illinois. Now, Illinois does one nice thing. It doesn't tax your retirement income at all, but here's the catch. It has the second highest property tax in the entire country. A modest home can cost you thousands a year, and it's a estate tax starts at just $4 million. The house giveth, and the house taketh away. And number 1, the worst state for retirees in 2026, New Jersey. It has the highest property tax in America. The typical bill is over $9,000 a year. Let that sink in. Over $9,000 every year just to own your home. It taxes retirement income above a certain level, and it still has an inheritance tax that can reach your heirs. For 2 years running, it's been ranked the worst state to retire. Now you know why. So now you know the 5 worst, but knowing where not to go doesn't put a single dollar back in your pocket. Here's how smart retirees actually keep that $8,000. Quick question before I show you the keeper states. Drop a comment right now. Are you already retired in your state, or are you still deciding where to land? I read every single comment. It helps me make these videos better for you. How smart retirees keep $8,000. Now for the good part. That $8,000 is real, and I can prove it. Look at this. A retiree with $100,000 of income pays about $12,500 in state and local taxes in California. That same retiree in Florida or Tennessee pays under $4,000. That's a gap of about $8,500 every year. Same income, different state. That money is yours to keep. So, where do smart retirees go? Let me give you the states that pass the full test, not the headline test, the whole picture. The cleanest winner is Wyoming. No income tax. And here's the difference. The property tax is one of the lowest in the country. That same $500,000 home that cost $8,000 in Texas, in Wyoming it's under $3,000. No estate tax, no tax on your groceries. On the full picture, Wyoming has the lowest total tax burden in the nation for 2026. Next is Florida. It's the most popular for good reason. No income tax, no estate tax, and a special cap that limits how fast your property tax can rise. But I promised you the whole truth, so here's the one catch. Home insurance in Florida is expensive. Near the coast, it can be brutal, so smart retirees go a little inland, places like Ocala or Gainesville, where insurance is far cheaper. Same tax benefit, smaller insurance bill. 2 more worth knowing. Nevada. No income tax, low property tax, no estate tax. Just check the healthcare access in the area first. And Iowa, a quiet comeback story. As of 2026, it doesn't tax any retirement income if you're 55 or older, and it scrapped its inheritance tax too. Now, one honest word. That $8,000 is a typical figure, not a promise. Your exact number depends on your home, your income, and the senior discounts you qualify for. The point isn't the precise dollar. The point is that the gap is huge, and it's in your control. But here's the trap inside the trap. Even in a perfect state, one paperwork mistake can hand your savings right back. And most people only learn this the hard way, after they've already moved. The mistakes that drain you anyway. Picking the right state is only half the decision. Here's the other half. The mistakes that quietly undo everything. First mistake, not making the move official. If you leave California or New York but keep one foot there, they can still tax you. They check, they audit. So before you take any big withdrawals, make the new state your real legal home. Get the license, register to vote, keep the records. Second mistake, forgetting that costs rise. Here's something most people never think about. Income tax goes down when you stop working, but property tax, insurance, and healthcare, they keep climbing for 20, even 30 years. So a state that's cheap today might not be cheap when you're 80. Third mistake, ignoring the tax on your heirs. Some states reach into what you leave behind. An estate tax or an inheritance tax can take a real bite before your kids ever see a dime. If leaving something behind matters to you, check this before you move. Fourth mistake, forgetting about doctors. A state can be a tax paradise and still have poor healthcare access. As you age, that matters more, not less. You don't want to find that out after you've unpacked. And the biggest mistake of all, taking someone else's word for it, even mine. Everyone's retirement is different. Different income, different home, different needs. The best state for your neighbor might be wrong for you, so run your own numbers for your own life. Because here's the truth that ties this all together. A state doesn't skip the tax, it just moves it where you won't look. Write that down. Tell your spouse. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. And that makes you the prepared one, the retiree who checks the whole house, not just the front door. So here's what to do with this. If someone you love is thinking about where to retire, a friend, a sibling, your spouse, share this video with them right now. It could save them a real headache and real money. Then drop me that comment. Are you already settled in your state or still deciding? I want to know where you are on the journey. And if you're building retirement income and you want to stay ahead of changes like these, subscribe to Dividend Hustle. I cover everything that protects the money you worked so hard to build. One more thing before you go. We talked about the 8 states that still tax your Social Security in 2026. One of them catches retirees completely off guard, and I'll show you exactly how in the next video. I'll see you there.